Mike Lindell joins us by phone today. Mike, always a pleasure to have you. God bless you, my friend. You weathered a little bit of a storm last week. I love what you said in the Rose Garden, though. You took people to church, and I love that you did that. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Yeah, it's not over. I'm now I'm the focal point of the cultural war. This went all the way to Australia. They said I was the number one thing in the news that day, and the next day, and the next day. I was on the cover of the Taiwan national newspaper. I mean, I'm going, what did I say that was so bad? Get in the Word, read your Bibles, and spend time with your families. I guess I hit somebody. I guess I hit somebody hard with a nation had turned its back on God, which it had. I'm sorry. This is a time of a great revival, and people need to use when people look for faith and look for God and Jesus. It's when things are down. When things are going good, they get complacent. Let's just go to church on the weekend here and everything will be fine. And I think this is really getting people. They need hope, and that's where the hope is. The hope is in God. It's really interesting. The Bibles have been selling out everywhere. I guess even Atheist Target ran out of children's Bibles.
Wow.
Twice, I guess. So
wow, that's amazing.
Awesome,
well, that gets into that's where the phrase "no atheist in foxholes" comes from. I loved your response to it. You actually only responded with a picture, and it was a South Park meme. And you had show me on this doll where the MyPillow CEO hurt you by mentioning God and the Bible. And I mean, it was the most, uplifting, positive, innocuous thing that could be discussed from the Rose Garden. And instead of focusing on the fact that you were shifting majority production at your facilities to making face masks in America's time of need, they went after this, and they missed the big story about the face masks.
Right. Well, they did that on purpose. They didn't. It could have been. If I wouldn't have been there, they would have just blipped over it. They were upset because I went off script, and I put a great word out there for our president, for God, for Jesus, and I wanted to give a word of hope to the people. That wasn't the president didn't know I wrote that. I did that like 15 minutes prior, and I just felt led to put that. I wrote my notes on the back, and they've attacked for different things. Jim McCosker was 10 feet from me, and I'm going, he said something. This was a PR thing for MyPillow, and I'm going, everybody knows MyPillow. I think all my evangelism and everything I've done, I don't even bring up MyPillow. MyPillow was just a platform for God in the first place.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
It's I love the battle, and I've been on over 65 media outlets now, and they just keep coming. I have at least 30 more scheduled this week, and I don't take, I didn't know. I went on People magazine. I didn't know that they were on the left, and I just put out who I am, and I'm going to say it. And they wrote a pretty good article. Actually, I was interviewed by the Washington Post for an hour and a half, and that article comes out this week. I'm not afraid to go right into because this isn't about politics.
Right.
This is about, we're in a pandemic here, and this is about all of us as a people. We need to pray. This is the time of a great revival. We're going to get through this because we have great leadership and led by God in it. And we're all in this together. And that was the biggest thing. It's like, just like that medication now that actually works.
Yes, the hydroxychloroquine.
That makes me, I'm telling you, that works. And the doctors have said it works. And now they don't. I know people in my home state of Minnesota that actually have it right now, and the virus, and the doctors are not. They can't give it to them. They can't. They're saying there's shortages. How are there shortages? The most common thing out there. But they politicize that too. On the left, they're going, they're mocking the president, saying that there's we hope this works. Well, it does. And that's just.
There's so many stories of treatment. Yeah, there's so many stories of treatment out there.
Yeah, we have a double, triple blind 50,000 study or whatever. No, but we don't have time for that. We have something that's working, and even if it's not working for everyone, the side effects. Does the side effect outweigh the gain? Well, you haven't heard of one person that it hurt them, but all you hear is these success stories. And I have people very close to me that took that, and they were well.
Yeah.
So I have firsthand knowledge of that. But now I also have firsthand knowledge. I'm sitting in a place here with I was just talking because we kind of set up a MyPillow task force to really see what's going on out there, and the doctors now they order it, they say it's short, they can't prescribe it. I mean, there's just different states are doing different things and different regulations, and instead of pulling back, I hope the president pulls back and says, you know what, if they want this, you need to prescribe it. I hope he makes an order like that, because it's ridiculous.
Well, they released, Washington Examiner, Kerry Pickett published a story where they were getting into some of that. They were going state by state. There were certain restrictions so that it could actually health centers couldn't hoard anything. Doctors you would have to meet these requirements in order to get the prescription. So that is good. I want to ask you too, what's the morale like at MyPillow? And I know that you being a business owner and companies like yours are that make up the majority, the biggest part of the engine of this economy. And we're going into a period where the president now, I can feel, is really wanting to transition to how do we come out of this instead of talking about how do we self-isolate further. As a business owner, what are your thoughts on that, and what do you hope to see after this April 30th deadline?
Right. Well, I actually talked to the president directly, and you're right. He's like an information vacuum cleaner. The guy's so amazing taking things in. I will tell you, he asked me about MyPillow. Let me tell you what I did at MyPillow. The first thing I had to do if I was going to do this, I had to make my employees safe, and not just safe, but also feel safe. There's two different things there. They kind of go hand in hand, but here's what we did. We put, and this is the way I think every business is going to end up having to be, at least for now. My employees get to work. I have someone at the door. They open the door for them. They have a mask on. You have to have a mask then to enter, and it can be, just so you know, it can be any cotton mask. It can be a bandana. Just so people out there, I want people to realize that if a person has that on, if you have the virus, you can't give it to someone else. So if everybody has a mask on, whether it's a bandana or a T-shirt over them, you're at least, and you're doing that safe 6 feet or whatever. It's very safe. Well, anyway, they come into MyPillow. We make them go wash their hands directly. And put sanitizer on. They get their masks. They go to their workstations. We've separated the 6-foot thing. We let them take breaks whenever they want by themselves if they choose. And so it's created this safe environment because they're looking to me. They don't know what's safe or what's not. And I'm telling you, this was very sad that I've seen. There are other businesses that have been open out there. These are what people are getting very upset with sitting at home. You got a business out. I'll take a Whole Foods. There was a Whole Foods. We went in there with my kind of investigation, and none of them had masks. It was like business as usual. And we asked the manager, why don't you have masks? Why don't you have people coming in the door here and making them put masks on, or at least have a guy there telling them, hey, you need to stay 6 feet from people, and so that the people coming in there feel safe.
Right.
And they said, well, our masks are back. Our masks are back ordered on Amazon. Guess who owns the Whole Foods? Amazon. This is a wake-up call. Hey, Jeff Bezos, could you maybe set an example for the country and get your employees masked? I mean, this is
I agree. I agree because, and also it's just common sense taking care of the people who take care of you. Also, and that's and you want to see people do that so the government doesn't exploit it and say you didn't do your job, so because this one guy didn't do it, we're now going to come and we're going to do a whole bunch of stuff now by using this as the doorway.
Right. And you need to be, and I think, when we start transitioning back in, I'm hoping that the churches are right away. They should have been deemed essential anyway to this. And they would be obviously the first ones that would set the example. It's going to be a different footprint we live in going forward when we get out of this. And there's going to be a transition. Then there's going to be the permanent footprint. But we're going to be safer and more secure. And you can bet our president's going to make it where we don't have to rely on overseas anymore for manufacturing here for our medical needs. But there will be a different thing where, because it might be one of those things you have to live with this we got that drug that does work,
Right.
and we have the big cure they say could be a year or so away. Well, we can't be without working for a year, so we have to live with this. And if everybody's safe, if they know, if you have a business and you have there's got to be ways to go. If I go, I'm in a place right now, and in another state, I'm in a hotel, and we go out and we get takeout from these restaurants. Well, I'll tell you what, everyone I know around here is going to the same place. You know why? Not because it's the best food, because it's the safest environment.
Oh.
They have guy on the sidewalk saying everybody's spread out, and now I'm bringing one person in. He's getting his stuff. He gets goes in with a mask, his mouth covered. Their employees have the gloves, whatever. You get your takeout. You just feel safe right now, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, and I agree with you on all of that. I agree with you on all of that. I love the example that you're setting for the country, and I love the positivity that you're bringing, because I think that you being up there and making the remarks that you made in the Rose Garden, these press conferences, people they want to keep their hopes up. And I tell you, seeing people like you from the private sector come in, and then you got up there and you said what you said about God and your faith. It's just amazing. You really sent everybody into the weekend real nice, I have to say. And Mike, I love your products. I sleep on MyPillow. My family sleeps on MyPillows. We're a MyPillow family.
Well, thank you. And that's what people always say to me, Mike, how can you have that much passion talking about your pillow 15 years later? It's because of testimonies. It helped people.
Yes.
We've sold 46 million my pillows, and there's a reason for that. It's not because I'm good at talking. It's because they actually work.
Yeah, they do.
And,
I love them.
I just enjoy helping people, and it's God gave me this platform, and I'm giving him the glory, and any way we can help is, and we're all in this together. And so,
amen to that, my friend.
It's just been a blessing.
Amen to that. Well, Mike Lindell, MyPillow.com is the website. Mike, we so appreciate what you're doing. We pray for your travels and for the safety of your employees as well. And thank you for your time today, my friend, and for filling the need that America had. God bless you.